This is the 33rd annual Reklaw FlyIn. It's attended by aircraft owners and aviation enthusiasts from all over. The conditions this year were a bit challenging, but made things even more exciting from a spectator standpoint. So let's see what this fly-in is all about. So you may be wondering where the name Flying Doodles came from, where these are the Doodles. This is Maverick and Goose. They're originally the Sailing Doodles from my other channel. You can check that out, Sailing Doodles. Today we have a special treat for you. We're going to the Reklaw FlyIn. We've rented that RV. We're taking the dogs to the FlyIn. We'll see a bunch of different airplanes, hopefully go fly in some of them and interview some people, get some great footage there. It's kind of a special treat. I'm taking my father, who's a retired corporate pilot and hadn't been around airplanes in a while, but he's gonna ride with us, and as well as my girlfriend Laura. So should be a fun time with the dudes. He's a little nervous.
Are you excited? Yeah! Yeah, puppy!
So with my co-pilot strapped in, we were ready to head out. Reklaw is a small town in East Texas with about 250 people, but it's known worldwide for its fly-in. As the roads were getting smaller and smaller, we were getting closer and closer. We are at the Reklaw FlyIn. Here's our RV right at the end of the runway, and here are the airplanes. The runway is a 3,400-foot long grass strip, although there have been record amounts of rain lately, so the conditions were less than ideal. A lot of people drive in or bring an RV or something like that, but there's also a lot of people that just come in their airplanes and pitch a tent right there. I mean, look at all these airplanes right here, right around the lake. There's a bunch of tents over there. Really neat stuff. And some of the airplanes, watching these airplanes around here is very nice. A lot of old, nice airplanes been restored. It is super wet out here. The runway seems to be in okay shape, but I've seen some airplanes going through the mud. Looks like they're in a four-wheel drive going mudding. So we'll try to get some footage of that in a little bit. Airplanes that weren't really designed for grass fields had an especially hard time. But there were plenty of people around to help push the airplanes out of the mud.
Hell yeah, come on with it. We got
This is the problem that they're having to deal with here, is all this muddy crap. I would be a little scared to bring an airplane in here that didn't have like big, you know, soft field landing tires, but they're making do. I mean, this is sloppy though.
Raining for 2 weeks. It's wet. Look how dirty the dogs are. Oh God, come on, animal. Come on.
Of course, not every takeoff and landing went according to plan.
That was close. You know, that wingtip almost touched the ground. Yeah, he's probably lucky he has those big tires on there. That might have. Ooh, that was close.
This next clip is courtesy of David Torgerson, link in the show notes.
So we're gonna go check out the helicopter just backed into this tree with its main rotors, or its tail rotors too. Go look at some of the debris. Wow, that was scary. I mean, I didn't get the camera up in time, but he was backing into the tree. It looked like he was gonna go in for a minute.
This is the debris and the tree that the rotors chopped up.
I can guarantee you that Here, get a picture of this.
I've seen cheaper ways to split wood.
Yeah, that hurt you.
Here, get the blood on the arm.
Oh no, did that fall and hit you?
Damn right, he threw it in me.
Oh no.
I took off running. I couldn't see. Look, you know, he said, "Will you let me know when no one's coming?" We said, "No one's coming." When he went up, I thought he was going to go that way. He did go that way a little, but that damn blade. Look, it's over my head.
Yeah.
That blade hit that, and all this stuff come raining down on me, and I thought it was a copper falling on me, and I fell in that mud.
Yeah.
We were impressed by how fast it goes.
Hey, a fat boy can die. Fat boy can die.
Especially when your life depends on it.
Oh yeah.
I think there's a song that goes like that.
I come here every year. I love coming.
That's probably pushing 100 grand.
Oh yeah. Well,
the rotors.
Those Robinsons aren't that expensive.
No, it's the rotors.
I love Robinson
Yeah.
helicopters.
Yeah.
Hey, they're cheaper than a woman. I'm on my 5th marriage, man. I could have bought 10 of them things.
Yeah.
There you go. Why can you make up your
This is the helicopter, and there are already plenty of pilots and mechanics assessing the damage.
Could have been pretty bad though. Where it happened was right over some camp, and so man, if they'd come down or knocked a piece of the airplane, the helicopter off, or a bigger tree branch, it could have been really bad. But as it is, it's probably just gonna be a really expensive day for the pilot there, for the owner of that helicopter, because they're gonna have to pull that whole blade off and probably get a new one. Then they're gonna have to figure a way to ferry it somewhere. They'll probably have to get a flatbed truck out here, put it on a truck, and get it somewhere they can actually work on it. In hindsight, this might be a bit small RV for 3 people and 3 dogs.
The dogs make it small, not the people.
In the evening, the owner of the property, David Mason, cleared out one of his hangars and served everyone some barbecue. And as the evening drew on, everyone gathered around the campfires and enjoyed some adult beverages.
It is day 2 at the Reklaw FlyIn. Here we go. you enjoying the fly-in?
This is so awesome. Let's go to more.
All right, this is both of our first fly-in actually.
My first, This is my first, but I think my new favorite thing to do.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So if you've never been to a fly-in, you should definitely do it. We'll leave a link down below for the Reklaw FlyIn. This is the 33rd year, so pretty neat stuff.
Last year they had 2,000 people and 500 planes.
Yeah, it's probably a little muddy and kind of, I mean the weather's great, it's just muddy, so it's really kept the number of attendees down. But, you know, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
The actual name of the airport is the Flying M Ranch, and it's a private strip. They even put in a temporary air traffic control tower. If you were wondering where all the aircraft got their fuel, well, here's your answer.
The conditions are definitely better today in the center of the runway, but you can see there's still some really wet patches here. So hopefully everybody stays safe today. I've seen a lot less people bogging down today than I did yesterday, and the taxiing's been a little easier, so maybe they'll do okay. You really can't beat the atmosphere and the camaraderie of this place. You've enjoyed this episode of Flying Doodles. It was a lot of fun coming out here and doing all that. We're actually packing up right now because we're going to head to the Commemorative Air Force show, a bunch of World War II airplanes. So we'll have that video for you coming soon. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you really like it. We fund this whole thing from patreon.com/flyingdoodles. You can be a patron for as little as $1 a month. So thank you guys.